The Middle East and the health ministry in Gaza, which is controlled by Hamas, has reported that the death toll in the Palestinian territory has now risen to 1,001 since Israel resumed its large-scale strikes on March the 18th. The total death count in Gaza since the conflict began on October the 7th, 2023, has risen to 5,357. This includes both civilians and terrorists caught in the ongoing conflict. The recent surge in casualties has sparked widespread international condemnation and calls for an immediate ceasefire. Humanitarian aid to the region remains severely limited due to ongoing blockades. And we have some more information coming in from the updated death toll in Myanmar, which now stands at 2,056. Hopes of finding more survivors are fading as rescue operations slow down. After this, Myanmar has declared a week of national mourning. National flags will fly at half-mast until April the 6th to honour those who lost their lives and to reflect on the widespread damage caused by the earthquake. The hardest hit city, Mandalay, is seeing rescue efforts wind down as the scale of the devastation does become clearer. Well, we stay with the earthquake that has devastated Myanmar. The 7.7 magnitude quake struck on March the 28th, claiming over 2,000 lives. India acted as the first responder by launching Operation Brahma. India dispatched tons of relief materials, deployed 2 naval ships and set up an army field hospital with 118 medical personnel for immediate humanitarian assistance. The deployment was coordinated with the Ministry of External Affairs and Myanmar authorities. The NDRF team have begun rescue operations at the UHL Tain monastery, where around 170 monks are still stuck. Apart from India, China, Thailand are among the neighbouring countries that have sent relief material and teams, along with aid and personnel from Malaysia, Singapore and Russia. Meanwhile, in Bangkok's Thailand capital, emergency crews have used cranes and sniffer dogs continue to search for around 75 people believed to be buried under the rubble of an under-construction skyscraper that collapsed. Bangkok Governor Chadchurt Sinapunt said rescuers are not giving up. Well, the rescue efforts, of course, are still ongoing, but that golden window that we are looking at in any rescue effort is around 3 days. With the earthquake striking on Friday, it means that any search efforts after today will have a concern that the people who were being rescued will no longer be alive. With hundreds missing, 75 also missing in Thailand, the situation does remain dire. The families of those with loved ones who are missing are waiting for that call to hear that their loved ones are alive. The rescue operations, as we just mentioned, from countries across Asia but also elsewhere, continuing with medical supplies in urgent need, also a need for personnel on the ground. But joining us to discuss the latest developments from this tragedy in Myanmar is Myint Kyaw, the former Joint Secretary of the Myanmar Press Council in Thailand. Thank you very much, Myint, for being here today. We've just, of course, heard that the death toll has been updated to over 2,000 with rescue efforts ongoing. Is there much hope left with these rescue efforts, given the time frame in which this earthquake happened nearly 3 days ago, if not more now?
Thank you for having me. Yeah. As far as I heard from the colleagues, friends from the Myanmar, Mandalay, and the other cities, they hundreds of the funerals, and then the cemetery could not handle properly in Mandalay and the Zagai nearby the cities. So some small city like the Zagai, they around the Mandalay, also those 200 to 500, but nobody know exact numbers in there. Officially today, the Honduras announced over 2,000, but the small cities, some small cities over 200 to 500, then the cemetery are crowded, and then the people who are still sleeping in the roadside at the night, the Mandalay, the Zagain, and the other city, and then they come up with the shortage of drinking water, food, shelter, electricity, less and less the mobile network coverage less and less because of the backup, the electricity and the system are less and less. And so we still have some contact information, but some we cannot reach to our friends and our colleagues.
Absolutely. The UN has made an appeal for around $8 million worth of aid to support the country, which is still facing, of course, a civil war. How vital is it that these funds, above and beyond what's already been sent from neighbouring countries, is provided to Myanmar to help it get through this truly difficult time?
Yes, the civil war is one of the reasons. In the other area like the Zagai, the west, the Moya, and the second big city in that area, some people want to come to help rescues, but there is the checkpoint, a lot of checkpoint, the Honda sites and the other PDS sites. So that Honda didn't allow to some the political the dividend, so dividends. So that's why the Northern Shan, the local people cannot help each other from the other area. The city in the hit area, the local people only help by each other. The other city, so they the difficulty to help the others area, that hit area,
Yes, absolutely. We're showing on screen now some of the support that has been coming from India in Operation Brahma. Of course, India, the first nation to send that 15 tons of aid, which has continued in the coming days since the devastating earthquake. How vital is the sort of aid that we're seeing and the efforts from India and other countries who are stepping up to really be there when Myanmar and the people need it the most?
And the international rescues, and then the foods and water, medical, the assistance are really needed for the different area. Not only the Mandalay and Nepido, but also the other small city around that area as well.
Absolutely. Myen, thank you very much for joining us. An extremely difficult time for those living in Myanmar, living